Hello everybody, welcome down to the assembly area. As you can hear, it's almost time to get underway for the first British F4 race of the day, and it is going to be a crack. If you like close, exciting racing, then this is for you. 18 different finishes on the podium this season. That's quite remarkable. Somebody's been on the podium quite a lot this season is this man. 5 podiums for Will McIntyre. I wonder if we can jump in and have a quick word with him. Of course, a race winner as well this season. He's had 3 second place. He's had a 3rd as well. Can he add to that tally? He starts on pole position. As you can see, he's just getting himself strapped in there nice and safe. We'll have a word with him. There you go, nice and tight. Let's jump in, shall we, Will? You've got a great opportunity to convert here and get your 2nd win of the season. How are you feeling ahead of this?
Yeah, pretty confident. I think consistency's been my strong point all season, and race pace has definitely been something I've been really good at. So yeah, if I need to get a good position in quali, and yeah, I can easily convert it, I think.
It's quite a nice circuit, Silverstone, big, wide and fast. Does that suit your style?
Yeah, I think definitely the nature of the track does suit how I like the car set up and everything. So I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see really. I think the James and the Vortex have been really fast for all year, so we just have to wait and see, I guess.
Awesome, well, best of luck, mate. Thanks for talking to us. I see him after the race, of course. Lots coming up. James Higgins over here. Last time out, I had the honour of winning the 250th British F4 race. A certain Lando Norris got the first ever one. I wonder if we can have a quick word with James. The engine's going, it is quite loud. James, oh, thank you. How nice is that? Of course, winning last time out, he had the honour of the 250th race win in British F4. Certainly following in the footsteps of Lando Norris. What can you do here in race 1?
I think it's just about solid points, really. It's race 1, it's not the end of the weekend, so we're starting 2nd. We've got Will alongside, so it'll be fast, but yeah, just looking to keep the nose clean and get a good result.
It's a little bit cooler than we thought, isn't it? We thought it was going to be a little bit warmer. It's not going to have too much of an impact though, is it?
No, the car's good in all conditions, so we'll see.
Fantastic. Best of luck, James. Thanks for talking to us. Really do appreciate it. So hopefully got a little bit more time. Let's just move down, shall we? We've got Josh Irfan here as well, a rookie this season. Let's just have a quick chat with him. Josh, cracking qualifying, starting in 3rd. How are you feeling?
Yeah, really excited for this race, so see how it goes.
It's going to be an exciting race. Silverstone, we know it's fast, it's big, it's wide. Does that suit your style?
Yeah, of course, that's why I've qualified towards the front, so yeah, I can keep the same pace and keep going with these boys.
So man, Josh, best of luck. Thanks for talking to us. Really appreciate it. All right, almost time to go. It's so loud down here. We've got to be honest, I can barely hear what Josh was saying, but a lot of excitement coming up. It's the British F4 Race 1 here at Silverstone on the GP, about to get underway. Dave, over to you.
Okay, cars moving on to the grid then, ready for the first of 3 races this weekend for the ROKiT F4 British Championship, certified by FIA. The UK's top single-seater series, the first step on both the FIA single-seater pyramid and a driver's journey to the very top of the sport. Of course, the first ever race winner in this category and a former champion back in 2015 was somebody called Lando Norris, so that's something to aspire to for these young racers, certainly. We'll have a look at the grid then for our first of 3 races this weekend, and it's number 5, Will McIntyre for the Hi-Tech Pulse 8 team, based here at Silverstone, the former junior saloon car champion and Ginetta junior racer, who will start on the pole. Alongside him will be number 18 of James Higgins, driving for the Vortex Motorsport team, some of the top teams in single-seater racing represented in this championship, these young racers. Josh Irfan will be on row 2 in car number 12 for the Rodin Carlin team, alongside number 4 Jimmy Pishik, the Australian, for Hi-Tech Pulse 8. Row 3, number 87 Deegan Fairclough, the winner of the Racing Star Scholarship at the start of this season. He drives for JHR Developments, and alongside him 49 of Daniel Ginchard in the distinctive red, yellow and black of Chris Dickman Racing. The 4th row of the grid, number 23 Gustav Jonsson from Sweden, and Akil Alibay, the South African, for Virtuosi Racing. Gustav Jonsson racing for Chris Dittman Racing. On row 5, the championship leader by just a couple of points, Louis Sharp, down on row 5 in the Rodin Carlin car, alongside number 7 Gabriel Stilp, one of the top rookies in the field. Is Josh Irfan, in fact, who's the top rookie cup driver on the grid. Gabriel Stilp for Hi-Tech starts on row 5 of the grid. Row 6 will be number 2 Noah Lizzle and number 17 Pat Heisenroder, the 2 Australians. Row 7, number 6, Kanato Lee from Japan, and number 55, the man from India, Dion Gowda. Row 8, number 29, Mika Abrahams, another South African, alongside Douwe de Decker, the Belgian driver. Row 9, 72, Sonny Smith, recently scored his maiden win at Alton Park. Starts alongside the 78 of Jack Sherwood. The 10th row, Kai Daryanani and Isaac Barashi will complete the 10 cars on the grid, and there's one other car starting from the pit lane. Jaden Pariats, the Indian driver for Finsis by Argency, he starts from the pit lane. An accumulation of licence points means he is penalised by starting from the pits. This will be a 20-minute race. This is going to be an absolutely frantic one. The Championship recently celebrated its 250th race, the ROKiT F4 British Championship, and James Higgins had the honour of winning the 250th race at Alton Park. They've had 9 different winners from 14 events so far this year in this championship, showing just how evenly matched these cars are. Louis Sharp, the New Zealander it is, who leads the point standings coming into this round by just a couple of points ahead of Will McIntyre, by 5 points to be precise. Third in the points is Dion Gowda, the man from India. The ROKiT, meanwhile, points are led by Gustav Jonsson, the Swede, ahead of Gabriel Stilp and Douwe de Decker, the Belgian driver for Virtuosi Racing. The Teams Championship is headed by Rodin Carlin, ahead of High-Tech Pulsate, who are based here at Silverstone, and the famous Fortec motorsport team completing the top 3 in the team standings. It is on pole position, and is second in the championship, Will McIntyre, the 15-year-old from Wroxham in Norfolk. Plenty of silverware last season in the Ginetta Junior Sports Car Championship. Taking 6 race victories and the rookies title there. He starts alongside the number 18 of James Higgins, looking for his latest victory. Higgins, another ex-Ginetta junior racer, did the final 2 events of last year in these little Tatus single-seaters, powered by 1.4 litre Abarth engines, the Italian-built machines. Control tyres by Pirelli. This is their 6th meeting of the season here on the Silverstone GP circuit. As we said, they normally support the British Touring Car Championship with plenty of exposure through there. These young racers, all of them, I think, are aged 18 or younger. This is the first step up from karting. I think Kai Daryanani is the oldest man on the grid, just 18 years of age, in the number 8 car for Virtuosi Racing. So this will be a 20-minute race. It's going to be very close indeed. It's one of the premier single-seater categories in British motorsport. Moving to line then, Will McIntyre, the black and white car with the red trim on the right of the picture, taking the pole. James Higgins in the orange and white car on the left as we look at it. Second row is Josh Irfan, the black car with the red and blue trim. James Pizik in silver and black with a bit of red trim. Those are the leading colours to look out for. Watch for Deegan Fairclough in the black number 87 car on the third row as well. Last couple of cars pulling into line at the back. Don't forget, we've got one car starting from the pit lane as well, the number 77 of Jaden Pariat, after a penalty. Get standing starts. Waiting for the rest rise, these 1.4 litre Abarth engines. 5-second board is held aloft. Red lights are on. We've got a yellow flag. Got a yellow flag on the grid. Can't see from my angle which car has a problem there. So it looks like the start has been delayed. The clock is running. Let's wait to see if I can see which car is in trouble.
In a downward direction for the number 6 machine, so he needs to be pushed away. As I said, the one towards the back, like Barashi, will possibly need to be pushed
We think it's a couple of cars in problems. The man at the back of the grid, number 26, Isaac Barashi, we think has an issue there. That's the Finsis by Argenti run car. Isaac Barashi made his debut towards the end of last season here at Silverstone. And possibly Kanato Lee with a problem as well, the Japanese driver for the high-tech GP team. The 2021 IAME Euro Series Junior X30 karting champion. Okay, so Kanato Lee and we think Isaac Barashi are in trouble down there. So yes, we see a car being wheeled away. Start being delayed. Although the clock is still running, I can tell you. Which is unusual because the race didn't actually start. We'll wait and see what's going to happen there. So a delay to the start of our ROKiT F4 British Championship certified by FIA. Yes, the timing screen has now reset itself. Thanks to TSL Timing for our timekeeping services this weekend. Thanks to all our camera crews out there capturing the action this weekend as well. We must give a mention to Danny, one of our cameramen, who turned up bright and early here at Silverstone, ready to film the action. Unfortunately, he turned up last Saturday. Yep, he got the wrong week. We promised we'd mention it, Danny. You won't make that mistake again, I'm sure. We bought him a diary, don't worry. Okay, then waiting to see what's going to happen here, whether the stalled cars will be got going in. Thanks for all your comments on the YouTube feed. Yes, one driver who is missing this weekend is Aidan Neat. Sadly, he's withdrawn.
At the moment, it's not pushing. The member of the team that's at the back is incredibly physically strong because he's actually wearing a big backpack as well as pushing the car up the pit lane. And
it's pretty warm here at Silverstone. You can see the heat haze down there on the grid as we get ready to get underway with attempt 2 for the ROKiT F4 British Championship, certified by FIA. First step on the FIA single-seater pyramid for these young racers. It is Louis Sharp who leads the championship, the New Zealander coming into this weekend. Missed the first round in 2022 because he wasn't yet old enough. He wasn't yet 15 to be able to race. Then he ripped through the opposition to take 4th place, including a couple of wins last year, driving for the Rodin Carlin team. Of course, Carlin, one of the most famous names in single-seater racing over the last few years. They made their debut in British Formula 3 as far back as 1997. And they've passed through, racers have passed through their hands include Lando Norris, who we mentioned, George Russell, Kevin Magnussen, Carlos Sainz, among others. They're based down in Surrey. Second in the championship is Will McIntyre. Then we've got Dion Gowda, another of the Carlin racers, the 15-year-old from India. Competed in karting across Asia before moving to the UK. Kanato Lee is 4th in the points. We'll wait to see if he takes the restart here. Then Aidan Neat, who's not here this weekend, completing the top 5, son of Andy Neat, the ex-British touring car racer. Noah Lyle is 6th in the points. Apologies if I mispronounced his name earlier on. Noah had his first year in single-seaters last year, racing in Spanish F4 and British F4 in the rookie category. That's led by Gustav Jonsson, the Swede, for Chris Dittman Racing this year. There's the Chris Dittman Racing car. That's Jack Sherwood's version, the red, yellow and black livery. Very familiar from Chris's racing days in the likes of the F3 Cup. And so they go round for another green flag lap. Get some heat into their Pirelli tyres. And we will try again. Bit of a delay there with those couple of stalled cars. Hopefully they've been able to get going again. Yes, the 26 has. That's Isaac Barashi in the Finsis car. Finsis by Argenti, the team founded by another familiar name from the touring car support package, Michael Meadows, the former Porsche Carrera Cup champion. explains the blue and black livery. That's the colours he used to run his Porsches in. He's got Bizet Barashi, Pat Buitzenrode from Sydney, and Jaden Harriant, who should be starting in the pits. Waiting for them to make their way up to the grid then. The driver to watch out for Chris Dittman Racing is Daniel Ginchard, former double kart championship winner, was runner-up in the ROKiT last season and overall win at Alton Park. I think he comes from the Ginchard family, famous for short oval racing. Several branches of that family have competed in the likes of Formula 2 stock car racing very successfully, I remember, over the years. To the grid they come then. Will be Will McIntyre in pole position, star of the Ginetta Junior Championship in the past. James Higgins will start alongside him. Look out for Deegan Fairclough as well, another Ginetta Junior star. Remember him in the Fiesta Juniors as well. Big battles with Jensen Brickley, who's now in TCR UK. Last couple of cars just moving into line at the back of the grid outside my commentary position. Okay, getting ready for take two then, with the first race for the ROKiT F4 British Championship, certified by FIA. Over the full 20-minute distance, because the initial staging didn't get underway at all before a couple of stalled cars forced an aborted start. Green flag now waves at the back of the grid. Looks like everybody is ready. Revs rise, waiting for the red lights to come on, and when they go out we will be underway. Here we go. Our first British F4 race of the weekend. Down towards Cops Corner they go. It's a good start by James Higgins on the inside. We'll see who's leading as they come into sight at Beckett. Looks like everybody has got away well. We wait to see who's going to get the best run down towards the Beckett's complex. It's very close indeed. They're side by side on the run into it. Who's going to come out of this with the lead? They're absolutely side by side. It looks like it's possibly one of our rookies with the yellow number plate. I think that's Gustav Jonsson who's possibly come through into the lead. Somebody going off there on the outside. That's from the back of the grid, number 14 car of Akil Alibay, the South African driver. But it looks like it is possibly Jonsson, is it, who's leading? No, it's the number 12 of Josh Irfan, in fact, who has got the lead. My apologies there. So Josh Irfan it is who leads for the Rodin Carlin team. Everybody else making their way through behind. So Josh Irfan it is who leads the way. First of our Rookie Cup drivers leads the field overall. Starting to sort themselves out behind. We've got more cars running wide at the club complex. It is Irfan who leads the way. We'll establish the order as best we can as they come through. Plenty of dodging about there in the pack. Towards the right-hander at Village, a little lock up there from our second place man, the number 5 of Will McIntyre, our pole sitter in this race. Looks like it is Jimmy Pittick who is tucked in behind in the number 4. There's Gustav Jonsson making a move on the number 2 of Noah Lyle, a little further in the pack. Start to sort themselves out around the opening lap of this 20-minute race. It is Josh Irfan who holds his lead ahead of Will McIntyre. Looks like it's Pittick up there in third place, the Australian. It's had a relatively quiet season so far, down in 7th place in the championship. One of a few Antipodean drivers in this series, including, of course, New Zealander Louis Sharp, who leads the points going into this weekend. He qualified down in 9th place. We'll see if he's made up any ground as they come over the line. It's Irfan who leads from McIntyre, Pittick, Deegan Fairclough in 4th place. James Higgins is down to 5th, but it's Ginchard in 6th position, Lyle 7th, Jonsson 8th, and 2nd of the rookies. 9th is Pat Huitzenrode, and rounding out the top 10 is Abrahams. So the first lap is completed, then the leaders head out towards the Beckett's complex. for the second time. Look at the slide there for Gustav Jonsson. They're calling right on the edge through their spectacular sequence of corners. Number 29 there coming through is Mika Abrahams, the South African, just at the bottom reaches of the top 10. But it is Irfan who leads, still ahead of McIntyre and Piesiek in third place. So British 1-2 at the moment. Deegan Fairclough trying to challenge for a podium in there as well. Side by side, trying to get around the outside there. Number 78 of Jack Sherwood for Chris Dickman Racing. It's Irfan who led by just under half a second at the end of the opening lap. Now trying to pull away just a little. Sherwood riding for the Rodin Carling team in the number 12 car. Graduated to single seats after multiple karting championship and also in the Super 1 British Esports Championship as well. A lot of these drivers very successful sim racers. There's number 87, the black car, that's Deegan Fairclough. Plenty of exploits in junior saloon racing with the Fiesta Juniors and the Junior Saloon Car Championship in the Citroen Saxos. 29 there of Mika Abrahams coming under fire. I think that's Dion Gowda for Rodin Carling behind in the number 55 car, the 15-year-old from India. Did our cars installed at the start join in? Yes, Kanato Lay is at the back of the field. He must have started from the pit lane. I don't think we've got Isaac Barashi out there after his earlier issues, though. Coming through to complete lap number 2 of the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. Over the line they go. It is Irfan who still leads from McIntyre. He's increased his lead to 0.89 of a second now as they go over the line. Piesiek in third place, then Deegan Fairclough is fourth, James Higgins in 5th position. So no change in the order at the front of the field this time through. As the number 29, Mika Abrahams, the white and red car, down in 10th position. Leading rookie is still our overall leader, Josh Irfan. Second rookie is Gustav Jonsson. Third is Derber de Decker, down in 14th place overall. 72 of Sonny Smith, winner at Alton Park last time out, lost a couple of places on that previous lap. So 5 rounds of the championship have been held so far this year. Louis Sharp had a couple of wins at Donington Park first time out. Noah Lyle had a win there as well. Wins for Kanato Lay and for James Higgins in the second meeting at Brands Hatch Indy. Been to Snetterton, Thruxton and Alton Park as well. Towards the right-hander at Abbey, and Josh Irfan is really increasing his lead here. Starting to get a little more spaced out now, these Italian-built Tatus single-seaters with their Abarth 1.4 engines. There's the number 2 car, that's Noah Lyle, the black car with the yellow flashes. He's coming under a lot of pressure from Gustav Jonsson, the number 23 for Chris Dickman Racing. Plenty of karting experience, this is his first year in single-seaters. There is the number 2 of Lyle. It's the battle for 7th position overall between these two into Brooklands. Josh Irfan with the fastest lap of the race so far. He led by 0.89 of a second at the conclusion of the previous lap as they head through to complete lap number 3. It's up to just over a second now. Irfan, McIntyre, Piesiek still your top 3 positions. They head into Copse Corner. There's Deegan Fairclough just lurking behind them, looking for a chance to get into a podium position. James Higgins is next, and then it is Daniel Ginchard in the number 49. Extremely talented kart racer, looking to move up the points from his current 11th position. Sounded like we had a car come down the pit lane. That was Isaac Barashi, so he was running out there. The number 26 car has just pulled into the pits at the back of the field. Kanato Lay has done the fastest lap of the race, recovering after his delay earlier on. The Japanese driver down in 19th place at the moment. Watch for him coming through the field. He's towards the back of this big group heading through Stowe Corner. That's the number 6 car for the high-tech Pulse 8 team. And there he is at the back of the lineup, battling away with the number 77 car there of Jaden Parriott, the Indian driver for Finsi Spy Argenti. And he started from the pit lane after a penalty for accumulating licence points for various misdemeanours over the course of the season, unfortunately. Oh, and running wide there, that's Kanato Lay, I think, making a bit of a mistake at Club Corner. Keep an eye on the Japanese driver trying to move his way through the field. He's fourth in the points at the moment. He's had a couple of wins, one at Brands Hatch and one at Alton Park. Would love a third win this weekend. Tyre smoke there as they head through Village. Somebody's had, in fact nearly everybody's having a lock up through there. I wonder if there's a bit of fluid been dropped there actually, because a few of them seem to be losing grip. Maybe it's the warm conditions. Just over 12 minutes of this race to go. Great racing so far in Silverstone. Somebody going off wide there. That was one of the JHR cars. Got it gathered up again. It's the number 77. No, it's one of the Finsis cars, isn't it? It's Jaden Parriott who was battling with Kanato Lay. Just ran wide there, coming out of the loop into entry. He's all over the place, the 77. Meantime, here are the leaders. Still Josh Irfan from McIntyre in second place, Piszczek in third, then Deegan Fairclough. The lead gap is 1.1 seconds now, and less than a second covering second, third and fourth, with James Higgins trying to close in. He did the best first sector of everyone in that last lap, and everybody in the top 10 bar the leader in 10th place Mika Abrahams did a personal best lap, so things getting quicker as the race goes on. Are they reeling in? Josh Irfan at the front of the field. It's 5 cars, line astern for second. McIntyre, Piszczek, Fairclough, Higgins, and on the back of them is Ginchard. 49 Daniel Ginchard looking for his first win in the category. Then there's a small gap back to Noah Lyle, who's next in the order in the blue and yellow Rodin Carlin car. He's got Gustav Jonsson on his tail, the second of the rookies. Then Huitzenroder and Abrahams round out the top 10. Little lock up there from, I think that was McIntyre going into club in second place. They're really pushing these cars to the limit around the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit. It's wonderful to see these young racers getting the chance to race at the home of British Motorsport on the Grand Prix circuits. Side by side here, that's Noah Lyle battling it out with the number 23 of Gustav Jonsson. They're having a terrific fight for 7th place. Here they come through Farm and Village. There's the 49 car ahead of them. That's Daniel Ginchard, the next man there, trying to catch as Lyle runs a little bit wide, coming through out of Village into the loop. Who's that dodging about on their tails? That's Huitzenroder and Abrahams closing up on them as well. Down the Wellington Straight they go, under the bridge. This is the battle for second place. Meanwhile, again a lock up there from Will McIntyre. He's pushing really hard in that second, but he's not catching Josh Irfan. There's the 26 car. That's Isaac Barashi in the Argenti pit area. Saw him in problems early on. He's one of the cars that stalled on the grid and then had further problems. Lead gap has opened up to just under 1.5 seconds now. Josh Irfan pulling away on McIntyre, Piszczek, Fairclough, Higgins, then Ginchard. 5 of them together, covered by less than 2 seconds for second down to 6th position. Then a gap back of about 4 seconds to Noah Lyle, next in the order in the number 2. See, the lead gap has increased, and it's the Rookie Cup racer Josh Irfan who has the lead. He's only in 4th place in the rookie points. You can recognise the rookies by the yellow number plates on the cars. Next group are all main class drivers with the white numbers, and there's Gustav Jonsson dodging about trying to defend. I think it's the 55, sorry, of Dion Gouda, who's currently 3rd in the points, so he won't be too happy to be down outside the top 10 at the moment. Here's a replay of that battling down the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight. Look at them dodging about like they're still in their go-karts. Noah Lyle somehow managing to hold off Gustav Jonsson, but only just. They are loving every second of this, showing their skills and daring from their karting experience, some of them from Ginetta Juniors. Noah Lyle runs a little bit wide there in the background. 8 minutes of this race still to go for the ROKiT F4 British Championship, certified by FIA. He does come down into the left-hander at Brooklands, and Deegan Fairclough trying to get a run on James Piszczek there for that 3rd place. The high-tech car under fire from the JHR Developments car. And around this long double right-hander at Luffield, then out towards Woodcote to complete another lap. Over the line, the lead gap is still 1.5 seconds, so Irfan increasing his lead, but only very, very slightly each time. Jimmy Pizik still there in third place for the high-tech Pulse 8 team, based here at Silverstone, founded by former karting champion Oliver Oakes. Jimmy Pizik, the man from Adelaide, there in third place. Previously racing his national Formula 4 championship in Australia. It's a battle further back. This is Kanato Lay. We haven't seen him make a huge amount of progress up the order. Ahead there of the number 8 car, that is. That's Kai Darianani, one of the elder statesmen of the grid. It seems difficult saying that when he's only 18. They head down into Stowe Corner. 6.5 minutes to go. Josh Irfan looking reasonably safe out in front at the moment. Irfan only 17th in the overall point standings at the moment, so looking for his first win of the season. He's had one podium this season. That was in round 14 at Alton Park last time out. Leads Will McIntyre, double winner at Thruxton earlier this season. See some of the midfielders come through. There's the 77 car, that's Jaden Pariat towards the tail end of the field. Fastest lap being recorded by Gabriel Stilp. Now he's at the tail of the pack at the moment, but he's been into the pits with a problem. He's set a 2:02.688 on his recovery. 7 laps completed by the leaders. The lead gap is still 1.5 seconds. It's getting very close indeed here between one or two of the cars in the midfield. Deegan Fairclough, meanwhile, trying to close in on James Pizik for third place. It's a bit wide there coming out of Copse Corner up towards Maggots. James Higgins is in his wheel tracks there. This is the battle for second. There's our leader. We haven't seen too much of Josh Irfan so far. The Rodin Carlin man out in front looking for his maiden win. It's McIntyre, Pizik, Fairclough and Higgins fighting for second place, with Daniel Ginchard not far behind them. There's Ginchard, the red and yellow car. And they get back to Noah Lyle, who has dropped Gustav Jonsson slightly by 0.8 of a second now. Patrick Huitzenroder, another Australian, and Mika Abrahams rounding out the top 10. So there haven't been any major changes in the top 10 positions in this race. Further back at just outside the top 10, the 55 of Dion Gouda, third in the points coming into this race, 12 points off Will McIntyre, so he'll want improvement here. And behind him is the championship leader, Louis Sharp. So it's some of the lesser lights showing towards the front of the field. This is going to benefit Will McIntyre, because Sharp and Gouda, the two men around him in the outside the top 10. And Kanato Lay, who's fourth in the points, had those problems at the start. He's down in 17th place. He's just not past Darianani in the number 8 car, as we saw. Rounding out the top 5 in the points is James Higgins, who's in 5th position. He's battling with Deegan Fairclough there as they come through the loop. A couple of laps to go, I would guess, in this first of 3 races this weekend for the ROKiT F4 British Championship, certified by FIA. Still needs 5 cars line astern per second, but they can't seem to dislodge anyone from their position. Still Josh Irfan leads the way. 4th in the rookie point team. The Rookie Cup has a separate championship. 6 drivers have contested that this season. Over the line they go once again. The lead gap, if anything, has come down slightly, because Will McIntyre has done a personal best of 2:03.282, and now the lead gap is 1.36 seconds. Pizik still third, a further 0.7 back. Next Fairclough, Higgins, Ginchard. Lyle is still further back, nearly 4.5 seconds off Ginchard. Black and white flag being shown to the number 28 of David De Decker for exceeding track limits. Looks like another car, that's Sonny Smith. Yeah, he's got a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. So Sonny Smith with a 5-second penalty. He's further down the order in about 17th overall. Leaders through Stowe Corner. See the comparison there between Will McIntyre and James Pizik, the 2 high-tech teammates. Vale and Club. The closing stage is now just over 2 minutes to go in this ROKiT F4 British Championship race. He does head through towards Abbey. It's the midfield battle, and once again that is Kanato Lay closing up. I think that's the number 28 of David de Decker that he's got in his sights there, the Belgian. Yes, there he is in the Virtuosi racing car. Virtuosi team with 3 cars in this race: Kai Darianani, Akil Alipai and de Decker, who's been racing karts since he was 8 at the famous Genk venue in Belgium, competing in the OK Juniors Karting World Championship before graduating to single-seaters. Looks like it will be last lap this time. Over the line go the leaders, and the gap is down to less than a second now, so Will McIntyre is pushing as hard as he can. He's taking 4/10 of a second out of our leader, Josh Irfan, on that last lap. Don't think it's quite going to be enough to overtake him for the lead, though. This is looking good for Josh Irfan. He's had 1 podium this year in the previous round at Alton Park with a 2nd place. Staying clear of Will McIntyre and James Pitting, his teammate, in 3rd place. Fairclough in 4th. Down the Hanger straight they come for the last time towards Stowe Corner. Can they close up on him, or is one of our rookies going to take the opening win of the weekend? Deegan Fairclough is getting closer to Jimmy Pitting for 3rd position. James Higgins in 5th. Daniel Ginchard in 6th position, and Noah Lyle 7th. 2nd of the rookies is Jonsson. 3rd is de Decker further back in the order. The other rookies hitting problems: Gabriel Stubbs 2nd in the rookies points championship. Right, Fairclough may have a penalty as well. We've just seen in race control. Yes, Deegan Fairclough's going to get a 5-second penalty, unfortunately, for exceeding track limits. A couple of other black and white flags have gone out as well. The 29 car, that is Mika Abrahams. Josh Irfan looks like he is going to hold off Will McIntyre. Made a great start, Josh Irfan, from the 2nd row of the grid to take up the lead. Down towards Brooklands for the final time. McIntyre has closed the gap, but I don't think he's going to get close enough through these last couple of corners. A little bit of a lock-up there from the leader through the left-hander at Brooklands, then the double right at Luffield. McIntyre closing right up, but I think it's just going to be too late for him. It will be a pretty close finish, but Josh Irfan is heading for his first victory in the ROKiT F4 British Championship, certified by FIA. Checkered flag goes out and Irfan wins it. Irfan wins it by just under half a second from Will McIntyre. 3rd goes to James Pitting, then Higgins, Ginchard, Fairclough, penalised down to 6th position for exceeding track limits, unfortunately for him. Then it's Lyle, Jonsson, Hitzenrode and Abrahams rounding out the top 10. It's like 20 of the 21 starters will go the distance, but it's Josh Irfan who takes the win for the Rodin Carlin team. His first win in the championship. It's going to move him up the points table towards the top 10. And where did our championship leader come in? Louis Sharp, only 12th for the New Zealander. Not the result he was looking for. Dion Gouda was only 11th as well. With Kanato Lee having problems, only finishing in 15th place. That's going to be the big winner from that one, will be Will McIntyre in 2nd place, and that's going to move him up towards the championship lead. Of course, the points will be worked out over the course of the weekend, and we'll update you as and when we can, with 3 races taking place this weekend. But it's Koskan Josh Irfan who takes the win in race number 1 for the ROKiT F4 British Championship by 0.4 of a second ahead of Will McIntyre. His teammate James Pitting completing the podium, then James Higgins for Fortec Motorsport in 4th. Daniel Ginchard was 5th ahead of Deegan Fairclough with that 5-second penalty, then Noah Lyle, Gustav Jonsson 2nd of the rookies, then Patrick Hitzenrode, the Australian, for the Fences by Argenti team. Mika Abrahams completing the top 10 overall ahead of Dion Gouda and Louis Sharp, championship contenders, then Jack Sherwood. Akil Alibai was next, then Kanato Lay making it up to 15th after his early problems, then David de Decker. Next home was the number 8 of Kai Darianani, then it's number 77, which is Jaden Parriat. Sonny Smith, after a penalty, finished 19th, and Gabriel Stilp completing the finishers. One non-finisher there, Isaac Barashi, retiring into the pits after a couple of laps. Let's head down to Ian Waterhouse in the pits to talk to our podium finishers.
Hello everybody, welcome down. Look at that is Josh Urban. He is absolutely delighted. Look at that, the rookie takes the win as well. Just watch this embrace here, look at that. What does it mean to get the win? It means absolutely everything, doesn't it? Oh my word, what a great race that was indeed as well. He's just got to go get Wade, then we are going to go and grab a word with him as well. In fact, I wonder if we can quickly jump in as well. We're not allowed to touch the cars. He's just got to put his steering wheel on. We'll accompany him to go get Wade as well, but let's have a quick chat with Josh Urban, your race winner. He's a rookie as well. He's going to be absolutely delighted with this one. It's so loud down here as well. Josh, come on, look at that smile. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels fucking awesome.
It was a magnificent drive. You got some incredible talent around you, but you managed to hold them off.
Yeah, they caught me last lap, but I consistently went away. Start was awesome, and from that point on, I just went.
So look, you've got to go get yourself Wade. Congratulations. We're going to grab Jimmy Physique over here as well. He's got to go get Wade too. He finished in third place. Of course, we caught up with Will as well. He just chat to Alan Hyde. Let's see if we can grab a quick word with him now. He's going to come around. Jimmy, how was that out there? Congratulations getting on the podium.
Yeah, thank you. It was good. I got the jump off the start. Yeah, I guess it was just managing tyres throughout the whole race. It's sort of the dirty air was worse than I was going to expect. So, I mean, yeah, it was a good race all in all. Happy to get, I guess, a 3 and a 2 for the team.
It's quite a learning curve out there, of course. We've got a couple more races still to come over the course of the weekend. What have you learned from here that you're going to bring into the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, we're just managing tyres, I think, because the tyres do drop off a fair bit at this track because it's such a high-speed track. You do have to manage your tyres a bit, so bringing that into the next couple of races. We've got the reverse grid and race 3 where I'm starting pole position, so what can I say? Let's go for it.
Let's rock and roll. There you go. Go get yourself Wade. Congratulations. Let's go see if we can grab Will over here as well. We spoke to him a little bit earlier, didn't we? I wonder if we can, we'll just jump over, grab Will McIntyre if we can. He's finished in second place. Did start on pole position. He's just chatting to one of his teammates as well. Will, how was it out there?
It was okay. I think I don't know what happened at the start, but I mean, whatever it is, destroyed my clutch, and I don't think I got that caused me to get a really rubbish getaway. But you know, towards the end, I know I got hit by I think Deegan, but yeah, which caused me a bit of damage, which hindered my pace about that.
Still more opportunities to come this weekend. You still get quite a lot out of it though, right?
Yeah, I think obviously starting P3 for race 3, so it's all good.
Well, thanks for talking to us. There you go, finished in second place. I'm going to hand back to Dave. I think we might even be able to bring you the podium soon, but of course, don't forget, we've got that 2-hour British endurance race coming up very soon. Dave, back to you.
Thank you very much indeed, well done. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to make my way up from Park Fairway. Podium is coming next.